Alright guys, this video is going to show you how to set up the trend recorder. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this guy up to match with our signals that are coming in here. So our first step is to go to setup, and I'd like to change my sampling interval. So I'm going to change this from 500 to 250 milliseconds. Okay, so it's always going to be at 500. Hit 250, delete the other guys, and hit OK. Okay, next thing we're going to do is go up to trend, left click on there, and we're going to select the set point, and we're going to select the analog input here. I also want you to select the auto rollover and clear. If you don't do that, then it's going to fill up the memory and then kick you out. Okay, so at this point I'm wondering what the heck's going on. You'll notice that there's two screencast-o-matics on here because I have to do this on the lab computer. Can't get the microphone to work on the lab computer, so then I have to dub it with sound when I put it onto my computer. So at this point I'm kind of freaking out because I can't see why the value is not coming in on the trend recorder, but I'll just clear the memory and then those values should start to come in. Okay, there we go. So those values are now coming in. Right, I'm slowly increasing my level in the tank, but again I'm still not seeing that trend recorder, so I'm going to hit clear here, and then all of a sudden my values are starting to come in. Okay, so right now I'm at 30 centimeters, and 30 centimeters is basically 50%. My set point is at 50%, and my control variable is at 50%. So these two lines are sitting right on top of each other. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the level in the tank, and you can now see that the black line is my set point. My control variable is now going up, and I'm now at 75% of my range at 40 centimeters. I'm going to bump this up again another 10 centimeters to my 50. That's my max. So I'm going up to 100%. You can see that my set point is still at 50, but my control variable has gone up to 100% now, corresponding to my 5 volts. This is corresponding to a 1 to 5 volt signal. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do step changes down from my 100% at 50 centimeters, and I'm going to drop down slowly to 40, then 30, then 20, then 10. Okay, so you can see that the trend recorder is following with the level. I'm now at 75% again, at 40 centimeters. Remember that it's not exactly 40 centimeters because we had that issue where we jumpered the 3 input terminals and the voltage went down by a touch. I'm now going down to my 50% or 30 centimeters, which is corresponding to 3 volts on a 1 to 5 volt scale. And you can see those nice clean step changes now. I'm going to drop her down to 20 centimeters. 20 centimeters is 25% of my range, and it should be 2 volts on my 1 to 5 volt range. There we go. And then finally we'll drop it down to the lowest end of our range, which is 10 centimeters, 0%. 0% corresponding to a 1 volt signal on a 1 to 5 volt signal coming in. Beautiful. Okay, so now we can use this trend recorder to keep track of everything that's going on in out in the field. So this trend recorder could be in the control room, and everything else could be happening, 500 feet, 1,000 feet away. All that's happening is we have a voltage coming in. Usually that would be a current if we had such a long distance. But we can now use our trend recorder to see how our step changes are being affected on the software. Next step is to put in our proportional, integral, and derivative settings.